Greetings, everyone. No interruptions to start off with. So, Tommy Hawksblood here, calling from the Big Island of Hawaii. Tina Bird, my co-host. Uh, the way say hello first. Greetings, Tina.
Greetings, Tommy, and hello, everybody. It's Tina Bird here, broadcasting from Southampton in the UK. I do apologise for our signal, even though we have interruptions each week. We're having a storm, thunder and lightning storm here in the UK, so I do apologise if we do lose the link. But we've got a great show for you tonight. Tommy is broadcasting from Hawaii, and we're going to jump straight into it. Tommy.
So, if you read the title of the show, it's about truth, not the government truth, not UFO speakers' truth, the real truth. And there's always something that they're hiding. Not one person I heard in the past 20, let's see how many years, well, in a really long time, has anything important coming out. I did say I lost 16 of my best friends in the UFO world that were the top speakers at the time. Uh, and they were putting information out. Two of them worked for the highest level in the government. So, they're covering up everything. Now, I've been trying to deal with Musk, another person who claims he wants to go to Mars and things like that. And I want to talk to him about what I know. It seems like since 1996, Sergio 18 is my co-partner in the UFO world. We went out 4 or 5 times a week from about 9 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning filming UFOs, strange phenomena, entities, you name it. And then I would lecture with him for a couple years, and we were probably the number one speakers as far as, well, his name was the number one speaker, but I was always with him, and I always took he always gave me half of his time. But we spoke about a lot of important things that nobody talks about. Real UFOs. You haven't heard a UFO person in all these shows talking about being next to an alien, seeing an alien. They saw a video of one, but these people talk about other people's experiences. We were lecturing on the things that we saw. We shot pictures of. We had pictures of UFOs from 1996 to 2002. All right. Nobody was putting up real pictures of UFOs from different levels of whatever you want to call it. But the interim is in 1997, we were in New York City lecturing, and we were going public about Orbs, ORBS. All right. And we said we can film them wherever we go. And we did. In the middle of the conference, there was like 250 people there. I had the camera shooting the pictures, and he was lecturing. And then we looked at all the pictures after he finished lecturing. We showed everybody the pictures, and there were orbs in every picture. And at that point, we started lecturing around the United States, taking people out to film orbs in the sky at nighttime. We were lecturing about UFOs as well, because we film UFOs, just about every kind of UFO you can imagine. Now, what I'm bringing that up for is because right now, the government is completely lying about everything in the UFO world. In Jersey, where I lived for half of my life, we were filming orbs there. And we were working with Tesla, worked with DuPont, and the whole thing. I can go into that. That's another story. But here's the thing. There's orbs all over the place. And now the government's chasing them with drones. But they're calling the orbs drones now. They're not drones, people. Get your act together. They are not drones. I mean, they're ships of some sort of different races. Now, the different sizes, they could be this big, or they could be that big, or they could be real big. But they're not drones of people, or Chinese, or Germans, or Russians driving them. They're aliens flying these things, whatever they are. They can go into the ground, right through the ground. They can do a lot of different things, people. And it can become different sizes. We had a picture of an orb with an alien's head right in it, staring at you. So they're not what they're saying they are. They have no clue what they are, even though we brought this out a long time ago. And it's still going on. And they're trying to track them down, see where they go, where they come out of, and things like that. I said they're not going to find what they want, and they're not going to tell the public what's really going on. But I'm here in Hawaii. We got drones, people flying drones. And even when we had the fire, they were flying drones into the fire, and that wasn't even told to anybody either. When we watched the pictures later on, we saw the drones going in and around the fire and stuff while it was happening. It was all set up by who. Excuse me. So we're in a major problem with the UFO world and orbs. Orbs are UFOs, people. But what's happening now? I can't film the sky. Every night it's cloudy all night long. For 3 months, I haven't been able to see the sky for more than like 10 minutes, which is bad because I so I can get down to the cliffs and film from down there, but it doesn't let me do that. Now, our volcano's going off on and off all the time now. But people, there's a lot of things all put together. Aliens, drones, government, the changing of the planet. Right now, the past 3 days, we had the biggest earthquakes on the planet around the world, people. Are you aware? I mean, Alaska had a 7.3 yesterday, and then after, and there was two others like 6.4, 6.5. It's happening around the Ring of Fire in a really bad way. Nobody's talking about that. It never happened like that ever in the past 100 years. So when they say no such thing as global warming, no such thing as this, that, or the other thing, something is going down. When the government plays with dangerous weapons called directed energy beams, which they have been doing fires with them, we're in serious trouble. Now, who gave them all this stuff? Mr. Tesla was working with aliens, and they gave him the information. All right? They gave him 50 of the most deadliest weapons on the planet, people. And people don't care. They think that Tesla was a really good person. He was super smart. No, he wasn't. He didn't go to some super high-grade college and learn something. He was working with aliens who gave him all his information. He came up with 200 inventions. He invented time travel, people, and people don't even know that that's real yet. So we're playing a game. We're playing a game with time. But aliens are involved with the top of it, the top of the chain of what's going down. AI will become fully alive within, I'd say, 3 to 4 years. It won't be a computer. It won't be a chip. It'll be an alien program. Whether it'll be how real you want to call it or not will be different, but it will be created by aliens, which it originally was in the first place. So we have so much going on, but I want to give Peter a chance to get involved and to start talking because I don't want to hog up the whole show. I'll take over from here. I'll get back to that.
Thank you, Tommy. Well, like Tommy said, there's been interesting bits and pieces in the news. The northeast coast of America, the east coast, has suffered a massive earthquake today and had tsunami warnings. There's a lot of it going on around the world, it seems. So the Ring of Fire is definitely going off. All these things. Are we going towards a new ice age? Is it going to be extremely hot? Is it going to be extremely cold? Are we slowing down? Are we speeding up? Are we reversing poles? Nobody quite knows at the moment, but the Earth's definitely going through a transition. Whether it's going to be a massive object coming close to us, causing this, causing the pull on the Earth, to be causing the earthquakes. Well, like Thomas said, perhaps it is just UFOs. Perhaps it is the beings that have been here all along. We don't know, but it is something to think about. Lots of other things I've been watching, like the Congress hearings, and really watching some of that recently. And they've got very good evidence, which now points to... they've come out and said that they are paying disabilities and for people who've been near UFOs, like my argument was last time about what about people that's been on them or taken by them, and the damage, biological damage it does to you, let alone the psychological damage. That's something for them to think about. What else has been going on? So, guys, wasn't on the show last week. I had minor surgery. I'm okay now, and they're sorting that out for me. To have a little rest, I went camping with Birmingham UFO group, ufologists, for the weekend at Warminster, and we had a talk by Alan Foster, absolutely brilliant. Talk by David Hodrin, absolutely brilliant. Talk within the camp, marshmallows, and I'd like to thank the lady. I'm going to get her name for next week. Who gave me this? She made these and gave everyone who attended the everyone who attended the ufology weekend, one of these. And she did them in different colours. She did them in green as well. I love this one. My friend Alicia came with me. She also got one. Everyone there, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, Birmingham UFO Group. I'll put it with my collection. So thank you for that. Other updates. So I'm giving a lecture and talking on Saturday, September the 13th, in Hull in the UK, in England, for the Out Limits magazine. I'll be lecturing there. So guys, go online, go on Facebook, put Out Limits magazine, click down and get your ticket now. I don't think there's many left. So if you're wanting to go there in September to see me lecture, see the other guys, they've got a great lineup. They always have fantastic guys. Grab your tickets now before they run out. I don't think something you want to miss. And also, I've been asked to be part of, I'm pleased to say, is announcing it tonight, the UK TriStar Ufologist Tour that's going to be happening in 2026, 2027 across US, Canada, and Europe. So I'll be touring with them. So if you'd like any information or updates on that, my email is on the screen. That's t.a.bird@hotmail.com. Or you can contact me on TA Bird on Facebook. You'll see this logo, which is my Bird Books logo. And you can click on that, TA Bird, and find me on there. Other news. My book has gone to audio, so you can now buy my Guardians of Light, Brotherhood of the Night on audio. You can get that. You can also get my book. You can buy it in book form, which you can see displayed behind me. You can get it for free on Kindle Unlimited, and you can also buy it on Kindle if you wish. Other news and bits and pieces. So yeah, a lot of people say me and Tommy don't have many views and things like that, but we've had consistent viewers. We've been doing it for 6 years now. Tommy has massive amounts, a lifetime, ready to pull it all apart. So he's had a lifetime, of experience. People should listen to experience, I think, in the long run. Guys, if you're starting out in ufology, my best bet to you is read. A lot of new people I spoke to about people more interested in UFOs and abductions, and this has happened to them. But once they start talking about UFOs, this happened to me. So I think it kind of breaks the ice. And someone said, what was my aim? So what would I want to get out of all this? Well, actually, I'd like a huge donation. So Mr. Musk, very nicely, if you're listening, or anybody else that's listening, I'd like to start a centre here in the UK for abductees. Whether it's Professor Gary Nolan from Stanford University, maybe can put some input in. But I'd like somewhere, if you've generally been abducted like me and you have medical conditions, radiation burns, marks inside your body, ulcers from it, contact, just somewhere you can go, report it, they can check you out, make sure you're not radioactive, give you any immediate appropriate treatment that you need, and it be catalogued there and then. Because there's other things that go on with it, other things you remember, and it can collect intelligence for the human race and help. So one centre here in the UK would be absolutely phenomenal. So if I ever had the money, won the lottery or something like that, massive amounts, that's something I would be looking into. So yeah, that would be my ultimate goal, to help people who can't help themselves, or help people that's been just as misfortunate or unlucky as I have at my family. So that, just for the average person, that would be great, and it would be some scientific value contribution. You guys can go back on YouTube. We have like 6 years of old videos. You can go back and watch again. If you have any questions from previous shows or any answers, that would be brilliant. I'm going to post on my YouTube channel, Encounters, TA Barrett, Encounters. I'm going to post a couple of short videos and shout outs from last weekend shortly. Any ideas or anything you'd like us to attend or see? Same with Tommy. Tommy has time in Hawaii. If you guys have anything going on that Tommy could go to, we'd like just to pay for his travel to go somewhere, please contact him. It's Hawksblood1, I believe. Tommy's going to put his email up in a minute, so you can contact Tommy. So yeah, if you have any papers or you'd like us to review, or any of your books, send them to me, send them to Tommy. Email us. You can buy my book as well. You can email me and we can arrange something through that. But yeah, guys, please, it is more of an interactive show as well. So come on, ask us questions. We can give you advice. We can ask other scientists. So Tommy's email is actually on the screen, but I'm going to read it out. It's hawksblood1@aol.com. So that's hawksblood1@aol.com. So if you have any talks going on, lectures, ideas, anything you'd like Tommy to take a look at, if you'd like him to go and review something personally, if you'd like just to go and say hi to Tommy, or if he can come down and sign something for you, he will give you some advice, and he can definitely point you in the right direction. Lots going on in Hawaii, more than scientific research, I believe. So lots going on there Tommy can inform you about. And again, the amount of people he's just met is more people I think than I have, and I've met a lot of people. So it swings and roundabout, guys. We're here for you, and we're telling you how we feel. So why don't you tell us how you feel? Hopefully in a very nice, positive way. I understand everything can't be positive all the time, neither can I. But we can meet halfway. So yeah, there is lots of people over this camping weekend have said about abductions. What's it like? But still can't believe that abductees have no recourse. We get no help from the military, no help from the police, no help from the intelligence service, medically no help, which is why I'd like to start a centre here in the UK. Just like a one-off scientific research can be funded and run. People can give tissue samples freely for data collection, for analysis. If we're inside these ships, you're picking up bugs we don't know about, releasing in our atmosphere. Different types of radiation, different types of implant, loads of things that you could learn just from the general public. There are millions of people like me and Tommy, not just me and Tommy. We're nothing special. We're everyday people trying to help other people, and Tommy will tell you that. Go directly, guys. So,
How is your country dealing with Russia right now?
So we've had a few warnings. So if you go onto YouTube, it says about the UK, and we're overrun with illegal migrants at the moment. That's been in the headlines every day. There's been civil unrest across Europe. Spain is civil unrest fighting every night. Ireland, in the UK, they've been burning down buildings, chasing people in the streets, rioting because of illegal migrants attacking children or women, trying to rape children and women, setting things on fire, having knives. So we've had a lot of civil unrest internally.
Yeah, the reason why I asked you that, because Mr. Putin's pretty open about UFOs and aliens,
Yes.
and
Well,
he would be a person that would consider information and deal with that. Because Trump won't. He says it's not real. But
I think Russia has some very good scientists, by the way, regardless of the war and everything that's going on.
the United States used to bring them from Russia to the United States. That's how we got a lot of ours.
Yeah, you got Vernon Braun and that, but no, that was from Germany. But Russia has some very good science. Yeah, but they've also released data. So the Russians have been very open about it. They've released data, like so has the Americans. I think it's China. I'm not sure if it's Korea or China. I think it's China, about the amount of ships and men they've lost to UFO battles. So they actually do release data back to the scientific community. So Russia does contribute.
See, the United States is hiding all the wars they had, the people that get abducted, people that get taken. I mean, the ships that get shot down. We shot down a couple of UFOs, obviously.
The Colaris event was a huge thing about that. And it was just Brazil that released the information on that, even though the US government was involved in that for nearly a year, 77 to 79. They fought UFOs for nearly 2 years off an island off the coast of Brazil, I believe.
And do you have any friends from Vietnam?
No. So here in the UK, that we've been blocked over the past 18 months. A lot of social media and news have been blocked. Lots of people have been disappearing from Facebook from other countries that have not been allowed on. So I can't periodically say Facebook is deleting them, or if it's the UK denying us access to other countries. But there have been lots of people disappearing. Like it said in the prophecy, lots of people disappearing, whether that's from social media or other countries. I don't know. But loads of people from around the world do contact me, and because we've got a translator on there. and I've spoken to some guys from India and other places around the world. If anyone ever needed help or talk about abduction or anything, I've always said to contact me. And if I can help or give advice, I always give your name and email out. The more people that have contact and can talk about it, the better.
Well, I want to explain this, people. Tina's really getting out there. She's going to be, I consider her the top speaker on abduction right now. And she's becoming that worldwide, which is a great thing. She deserves it. Me, on the other hand, I work with a person who actually sold out to the government. When we ended our friendship, he sold out to the government. And that was part of it. But he admits he doesn't admit that. He left the UFO world to go to become Jesus's disciple. So I know they gave him a lot of money, but whatever happened to his brain, I can't say. He might think he's God sent and he's here at special missions and all that kind of stuff, which nobody on this planet is. All right. But in the interim, we were lecturing from 96 and we were out there mainstream to 2002. We did a show on Kerry Cassidy for 9 months. We had 1,200 people come into our site the next morning. When we did our show, we had 50 people at least in the chat room every night we did our show. And we had interaction with a lot of the people in it. We would give a gift away. Well, we gave a gift to a person if they remembered certain lines of what we talked about. So it made them listen a little more. But it was an incredible show. But near the end, they wanted to charge me another $50 a show. And I said, I can't afford it. So we stopped the show. And then we got into a fight over somebody. But that's when he sold out. He won't admit it. But here's the thing. We had pictures, multiple pictures of UFOs and entities, creatures, and I can't show them. Now, my pictures are really copyrighted, and I use them or anything else. But I know when he copyrighted like 2,000 pictures, I don't think he had the money to do it. So anybody out there that knows anything about copyright, how you get a copyright, how much it costs per picture, and things like that, please get in touch with me because we had thousands of pictures, and I know it's been copyrighted them all, and a lot of them I took. So not a lot, we split it, but the ones I took he copyrighted, and I can't even use them. I had a site up, and he said my lawyer. He said he was putting a book out, which he never did. He said his lawyer said I can't use the pictures that are going to be in his book.
Yeah, you say.
So then, in the interim, I can't show anybody the pictures, not publicly anyway. So I've been trying to get in touch with Musk and tell him, hey, look, you want to know a little bit of truth about Mr. Tesla, who you use his name greatly, but he was working with aliens, people. You need to know that. He gave the government, our government, really bad things. Good people don't give good people bad things. You don't give a loving person a machine gun, a bomb, a hydrogen bomb, or a directed energy beam. And then the worst thing that they gave to Mr. Tesla was time travel. And because of him, the Philadelphia experiment happened. We screwed up time, people, and that's real. It's not a story. I was friends with the only person that went back in time during that time frame. All right. And basically, they invented a newer one because it was the size of a ship and they had to make it larger. And now they made it smaller, much smaller. I worked with top female people when I was doing UFO conferences. They would come up to us and say, well, look, we want to talk to you. But they had these remote control belts on. And they said, so it's so that that FEMA can't track them and things like that. It was interesting when I was in active, but what happened, we were lecturing for global sciences for many years. The person that ran it died, and then it collapsed. But here's something bad. Every year, one person was killed going to the conference, one of the speakers. We had the one person come into our conference. He had the antidote for anthrax. They arrested him at the airport, never let him out. They took him in and kept him for a while. They had him release him because it wasn't anthrax, it was the antidote for it. So we had many cool people. I met really, really cool people. I met a woman, I'm not going to say her name. Her father was Ulysses, her grandfather was Ulysses S. Grant. He created the New World Order. She wrote a 1,000-page book on it. She showed him the letter. We all got letters the night before the conference. You have no right to interfere with what's happening. Sit back and watch. She said
Just
her
losing a
family.
signal there, guys. I think it's my end due to the
It
storm.
is. But here's the thing. They sent her a letter saying they will kill her family if she releases that book. She released the book. All right. When I saw her, she was releasing the book. But all these people that I was dealing with were aware of aliens, aware of UFOs, aware of all the things that went down, why Truman and Eisenhower were worried about it, why they created MJ-12. All those things are important, but it's not public. Nobody's in the UFO world will talk about MJ-12. I know a person in it, people. I'm not afraid. Let the government take me out if they want. But here's the thing, people. They are making sure people don't know what's happening in the UFO world for a reason. There is a reason why they're not coming out. Oh, yeah, we work with aliens. Oh, they're friends with us. No, they're not. We have never been friends with aliens. They never did anything good for the United States or any other country. They never did anything for any race all through history. The native people say they work with the star beings. Oh, the star beings helped us. They're the Greys. The Greys never did anything to help them survive. 50 million native people were killed in 250 years. They didn't get help from aliens. So when these people say they help us, oh, Bigfoot helped them too. Really do what? Start a fire? I mean, when these people talk,
I think we're just suffering some technical difficulties there.
it's ego. I put a book on for women only about man's ego, but
Okay,
these people, let me shut that off. These people are trying to get me. Musk has been bugging me. He put 70. I'm doing a show. I can't talk to you. Bye. These people. Everybody wants my book and help me do my book and this acid book. I'm in so much pain. I'm dealing with this until I get organized with my body. I can't do anything, and I don't want to travel. I'm going to stay right where I am, die right where I am. I have no desire to go anywhere. I was invited to go to Mount Shasta and learn some. I think my body's capable of doing it. I don't know if you know anything about vortexes and all those kind of things. I can't go into the details, but it's incredible stuff that I could deal with. If I was younger and healthy, I'd be on top of it. I'd be back on top of the UFO world in a second, but I'd be taken out like any good person that speaks in a UFO lecture. Now, Tina's dealing with the abduction side. The government doesn't admit to that at all. But now UFOs are everywhere, and they have to kind of say, well, there's UFOs up there. But they're trying to say they're Chinese. Freaking Stephen Greer keeps going, they're Russians, they're Germans, they're this, that, and the other thing. Now the government's creating a fake alien invasion. If I had him in my hands, he wouldn't be too big. But people, you want to listen to these people. Look at the people that follow him. Bob Dolan, he's a cool, nice guy. So is his wife. His wife's delusional. And I'm saying it to her face. She claims she could levitate things, she could do this, change DNA. Anybody could wave their hands over a piece of water, a glass of water, and change some energy in it. That's not complicated. Oh, she said she could levitate a piece of paper. If you could levitate a piece of paper, you could levitate a car. I was a magician all my life. I was a stage magician, which I'm talking about, and I was also a high priest. So I know about all kinds of magic. I know every aspect of all the magics that exist on this planet. Levitation was here a long time ago. It was here when the Egyptians were here, the Mayans were here. Aliens brought it to this planet. All right, they have a few psychic abilities which people don't understand. Like they could levitate, and that's how they bring people up on a ship and things. Being able to go through things. So yeah, they have a couple psychic abilities. They don't have all of them or many of them. People, we're in trouble right now. We could be in war within 6 months, 2 months, or a year. Trump is screwing with Russia right now, even though he pretends Putin's his friend. Putin said we're destroying the United States from the inside. He's my friend. He's a massive killer. He said he's destroying the United States from the inside, and he's my friend. And what he's doing to the United States, he's taking everything away. Schooling, protection. He's taking every kind of protection that we spent 25 years creating, the earth, the animals, land, the air, the water, everything away. I mean, food. There's nobody inspecting food now. I mean, right now in the United States, blueberries are the most toxic thing going around the United States.
Food is
And
becoming
turkey.
so expensive here in the UK. It is really expensive. For a box of tea bags, it's between £6 and £10, about $10.
Well, he's. I don't know if the aliens are in his brain or he doesn't have one. I mean, we got a choice there of what he's doing. We're in trouble, people, and I've been fighting. I mean, people are aware what's going down, but this Epstein case can really hurt Trump because if the truth comes out, now they're trying to say it's all what do you call it? A scam. Now, even the vice president.
Sorry, I'm just going to say hello to John, who's just joined us in the chat room.
Hey,
John's
John,
just speaking.
greetings, long time.
It's good to see you. Do you have a question for me or Tommy? Carry on, Tommy. While we're here, Tommy.
John, if you really want to come on, just say so, all right? Put it there. Just say, I want to come on. But we're in trouble. Our food is contaminated. Everything is. You know, Coca-Cola, I know this isn't really UFO stuff, but really it is for a reason. The Coca-Cola is going back to real sugar. They said they were going to do it 5 years ago. Yes, the volcano's going crazy here. It's not affecting many people yet, and it could any day. It was about 250,000 feet high. 2,500 feet high, sorry. And it goes different levels. It's shooting up. People coming from all over the world to see it. And my friend next door goes, come on, let's go see it. Let's go see it. The parking lot's filled to the rim. You got to wait hours and stuff. I said, I don't want to see the earth falling apart. I mean, it's bad enough what it is. We don't need to destroy it anymore or watch it get destroyed. But we do have other things happening. All right. Now, where are we going to start with this? If the government's out of control, our governments around the world are out of control, and all they want to do is fight. Where can we go to get any kind of peace? Aliens don't want peace here either. I'm going to tell you, this is what I see happening, all right, within 10 years. UN Agenda -30 will be in full swing by 2030. That means one government, one world order. Not the New World Order, one world order. The United States has a new world order, and I know that for a fact. I was involved with many parts of it. Jesse Ventura exposed many parts of it as well. All right. Now, where we go with that kind of. But here's the thing: the worst thing that UN Agenda -30 wants is half of the population taken away. All right. So you're talking about 8 billion going down to 4 billion, and they only want rich people here. So guess who's going to be leaving? The poor people, the sick people, the elderly people. I mean, that's who they don't want here. They don't want to support them. They don't want to pay for them. Aliens, on the other hand, can take all those people. If they're not wanted, they can just take them. You know, they can take as many people as they want. I mean, when Eisenhower and Truman created a bond with them, they gave them a number. I mentioned this on my other show yesterday. I said, 10,000 is a number that the world agrees on. Don't ask me why. 10,000 whales can be killed. 10,000 dolphins can be killed. Truman said, well, 10,000 people can be taken. Now, just let say one thing. How many people can I take without you knowing? Millions. Exactly. So, you know, nobody cares about you or me, but they do care about if we put anything that could hurt the government. When I say MK12, that's the highest level of the government.
The biggest question they should be asking is how many clones can they make from one person? And I would imagine thousands, if not millions.
Well, here's the thing, what John's asking. The sun is incredibly healthy, but the best time to use the energy from it is early, not early morning, mid-morning and mid-afternoon. Midday, the radiation from it is too dangerous, but at night, not night before it starts fading, is a much better time to do real sun energy. I don't know, I'm not going to get into it now, but there's exercises to do with the sun, looking at it straight on, and you have to look at it, because the longer you can look at the sun without getting hurt or anything means the more spiritual you're becoming, if you want to hear the truth. I'm just telling you. But again, most people aren't. They can't look at the sun. It'll burn your eyes out, it'll burn this. But if your awareness and levels higher, you can do it. Just so you know. But the better way to train is early
Tom,
morning.
I'll leave you guys there. We've got a bad storm getting quite close to us now. So I'm just going to lock the rest of the house up and shut the windows because the storm's getting quite close. The signal is getting quite bad to cut up, but I will be back next week.
Oh no, let me wait, hold
again,
on.
Sorry about last week.
Tina, say everything about what you're doing before you go, all right? Tell them about what's happening in your life right now.
At the moment, guys, sorry, we've got a big storm, thunder and lightning storm coming in. At the moment, I've been having some treatment and I had surgery last week and I had a clip put in there treating my ulcer. At the moment, I've been asked, we're going to do a UK TriStar tour ufology, so the UK TriStars of ufology tour across Europe and the USA and Canada in 2026, 2027. Guys, we'll be here, Canada, US, or across Europe. So please contact me on t.a.bird@hotmail.com. In September 13th, I'll be giving a lecture at Out Limits Magazine in Hull in the UK. And next week, I'll be back here on the show. I've also had an audio.
Just a quick word about your tour.
The storm is really starting to come in now, so we're losing signal. I do apologise. It doesn't show Tommy's not here, but it's the link my end, I think, is going down. But guys, I've got an audio book. I've got my book, and you can get that on Amazon Kindle, Amazon Unlimited. But for now, for me, goodbye, and I'll see you. Hopefully, this would have gone by then, and the heat would have stopped. Next week, guys, thank you for coming on, John. Great to see you, Tommy. And I'll see you all next week, guys. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry about the signal. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, people. Tina Berg, great person. She's going through so much, but she's getting the fame and things that she really needs right now to bring publicity about abductions. Now, the word that we are against in the UFO world, and her too, not just me, is called experiences. It's a word that people use in the UFO world of programmed zombies or zonics, or whatever kind of word you could create about them, are people that claim they met aliens and they went through the universe and they saw civilizations and learned all these things. It's all bull. Aliens do not help us in any way. All right, they do program us. A lot of the famous speakers in the UFO world, I'm not going to say a name of one particular who claims he's working with aliens and everything else. Everything said was a lie. But people, we could go back all the way back to Billy Myers, who was the first person that started talking about aliens and patrolling ships and everything. But even his videos now are pretty lame. Aliens don't come around and just sit there doing circles around our head for no reason. But these people in the UFO world, experiences, I met with this race and they took me on a ship and they went. Aliens don't come here and knock on your door and say, "Excuse me, you want to go on a trip? We'll take you through the universe." No, they don't. They never did and never will. All right. There's multiple races. All right. Now, between Russia, Mr. Putin, and a friend who was the top speaker in the UFO world, I'm going to say his name, people, Bob Dean. He worked for the government. He had the highest clearance. I'm friends with other people that are involved with him as well. But he claimed there were 27 alien races. But guess what? They were all working with the government. Now, good people do not need to work with the government. They need to work with people. But here's the thing. Now, the number nine, are the ones that control everything. They're the bad ones. No good alien can come next to a bad alien and do anything. They're not able to. They're not able to defend themselves or even fight back. And if you're a good person, if you even believe in the aspects of what Jesus taught and things like that, you don't go around killing people. And you can't. Even people that say they're Christian and they went to war and killed other people, it's going against their own religion. All right? Now, if you say you have a religion, which I am totally for, not that religions on this planet, there's 2,000, and only 2 of them have any bit of truth. And not Christianity, Muslims, Jehovah Witness, Hare Krishna, and all those kind have any truth about God. Never mind Jesus. People, aliens came here, and Jesus was not an alien, which and UFO people say. And then you got the Christians saying that aliens are, guess what? Demons and Satan. Everybody wants to give everything different words than what they truly are. Orbs are orbs, people. They're all over the planet. They come down. They could come into your house. They go through your body. They can do a lot of different things, people. Go back years when the jets used to be in the sky and they saw these orbs going around the ships and stuff. They were called Foo Fighters. And now the government's trying to say they're drones. You are fed lies from every single person out there, and you listen. Why is that? I can tell you the truth day and day. People don't want the truth. Oh, that's not real. But if I tell you I could fly when I go up, I could jump off my roof tonight and fly away. Oh, wow, that's cool. No, I can't. People want to believe what they want to believe, which is a programmed idea of good. Like, oh, there's good aliens. There is no such word. If aliens were good, imagine the technology we would have today. Not what Tesla brought out. That was just one race that gave Tesla 2,000 inventions, but 550 of them deadly weapons. But the weapons they did give us will slowly destroy the planet. That Trump's against electricity, free electricity, and all those words. He wants to stick with gas and things like that. And Musk does not. Musk released a jet. It's the fastest jet on the planet. All right? What's he going to do with that? Now, he said, okay, if we took a jet, put it in the sky next to his, and we were going to attack Russia. We're flying towards Russia. By the time we get to Russia, his plane could hit Russia, drop bombs, and be on the way back already. So he said that. So what does that mean in a war situation? Who is he going to sell that jet to? Is he going to give it to the United States? I doubt it. Is he going to give it to Russia or China? Is he going to give it to the highest bidder? You know what would be paid for that jet? All right. Iraq, Iran. If they had the money, they'd buy it. We're creating things because he's working with Tesla's X ideas. Not that he has them all, because he doesn't know about a lot of the things Tesla is working with. I do. All right. But here's a problem. Weapons on this planet are only going to hurt it, not make it safer or better. Guns should be outlawed completely. And always say, well, take guns away, only the bad people have them. No, get caught with a gun, you get 25 years automatically, no matter what the excuse is for the gun. You're going to see guns go down real fast. Imagine, well, because most people get caught with a gun and they're out in 6 months, they don't go to jail. I was in a house, was being robbed. I was in the back of a bar. Somebody broke into the bar, and the guy that owned the bar was sleeping in the bar and shot the guy. And I went out and I saw the guy fall down on the corner. Charged or anything, didn't have a permit for the gun or anything. All right, it's good to defend yourself, but again, when a person comes in your house with a gun, or like if you think you can fight the army when they come to your door. Now, here's the problem. All right, we have 2 things going on. We have a new system in the United States, which is called ICE. And they have the right to go in any house they want, do anything they want, and take whatever they want. People, do you hear that? You should really hear that. They're worse than aliens. All right? Because they could go in anybody's house. Oh, this is the wrong house, and then leave. But they throw everybody out on the street with their stuff and everything while they take gold, silver, anything they want. And they're all wearing masks. They were just given a permit, whatever what you want to call it, the right to cover their face, because they don't want people to see who they are, because then they will be attacked normally. So they're all allowed to cover their face. It's like an evil person coming in your house. You don't even know if he's a real person or not. And now with Mr. Musk, new robot, check it out. Put a little costume on him and put him in going in a person's house. We're in trouble every which way. All right. Now, The thing is, what are we going to do about it? We don't have much to do. I've been trying. Tina and I have been together for 6 years, and we can't get people to follow us. People come and go, a few people here and there, a few people stay, but again, trying to touch the whole. I joined Skinwalker Ranch for a year. I joined Dolan's site for a year, trying to talk to any one of them on either one site. Dolan never responded to me. Anybody from the Skinwalker Ranch never responded to me. All right. And I gave up paying for the site. I'm paying for their site for a year, and they tried to talk to one person, and I can't even do that. Now they put all the stories up, and this person did that, blah, blah, blah. But try to put the truth out there. Now, even Musk took one. I had 2 sites on X. Musk took one of mine away, and I was paying for it. Free speech, and it was gone. How did that happen? He wouldn't even answer that. I'm not going to get into that story, which I'm dealing with right now. But people, where can you go? What can you do? Well, it's time to find out who's telling the truth. When you go online and you talk to somebody, if they're famous, you're probably not ever going to talk to them. I tried for a year and a half to get in touch with Gail Godot. I just got an email today saying she's the real one. What happened? Who is doing? And all that. Whatever. I've been dealing with Musk for almost a year. I talked about 8 different ones. 3 of them promised me a car. 1 promised me $100,000. And all the promises they make and stuff. All right. None of them are real. And top it all off, I talked to Musk's wife, mother. And she said, well, he wouldn't hurt nobody. He wouldn't steal and blah, blah, blah. He's a liar. I know that for a fact. I was on X and he lied to me twice on that site. He said, do this, and I did it, and I never got a response from him. He said, write me 100 emails within 3 hours, and I did. All right. And they were all important emails. Not like he said, hi. But no, he never got back to me. But, when people promise things and they got money, it's a lie. They don't like to give away their money. So, is he working with any form of alien races out there? He could be. Will he admit it? Maybe not. How's he coming up with all this new stuff? All this different technology real fast. Now he's got a jet, just released it yesterday, I guess. Completely doesn't pollute the sky at all anyway, and blah, blah, blah. And then they said, I didn't even pull it up. It said, pull up and see what it can really do. Well, the United States, and this is really important, created a spaceship. Seriously, it's done. It costs $44 billion. It has almost all of Tesla's weapons on it, meaning it could take out any country in a very short time. Now, they didn't release it publicly yet. And I don't know where Mr. Trump fits in with it or if he knows much about it, because it was created when Biden was president. All right. So whether he is going to deal with it or believe it or know anything about it, that's a different story. Well, he was already threatening Russia. So when you plan on threatening a country, you got to be prepared to do something. Now, China is not more into weapons, bombs. They're more into armies on the planet, and they do have them. And they're building more and more every couple of years. Thinking population of people could be put to sleep in a second. Aliens take people in and out without them knowing. But somebody I know, I'm not going to say who, how, why, but they have a gun, and this was during the Vietnam War. Chemical weapons was outlawed in the United States, and so did a lot of countries. But that was bull anyway. But the weapon could blast it out of town, and the whole town would fall down unconscious for 24 hours. They didn't kill him. They didn't hurt him. Oh, but we can't use that. We want to kill these people. Society's thinking, mental thinking, mentality of different kind of people. Mainly the rich. Poor people don't want to fight, don't want to go to war, don't want to do any of that. And always forced to. When they created the draft, you had to. It wasn't like you were asked to go. But people, I don't know if you see that picture in back. Let me just move this out of the way real fast. See that picture? Well, Denver Airport in the United States is the home base of the Air Force New World Order. For real. The first book that came out about it was Behold the Pale Horse. All right. Hold on, this is a really important call. Sorry about that, people. My body's going through all kinds of weird things, and trying to get the treatment is crazy. Here's the thing. My hands are completely almost numb to the max, burning on fire all the time. I'm supposed to get injections. They're making me wait. They made me wait almost 2 months already. I get to go next month. I went to the doctor. They can't do anything for me until after I go to the hospital, and they can't do anything anyway. So I'm dealing with pain and all kind of weird things. So I'm not doing all the things I want to do. I try to do my show when I can, as often as I can. I'm trying to do a spiritual show on the side as well. I did a show yesterday. All right. Certain things I don't like to talk about when Tina's on. She's not a religious person. I don't blame her. She never got help from anybody or anything, a government or medical, anybody that can help her with her problems. And she's got multiple problems. She's radioactive. And it's not a normal radiation poisoning. And we proved it. During the 6 years we did a show, I made her buy a Geiger counter. It broke. She bought another one, and she bought another one recently. And it still goes off when she puts it near her body. So all the symptoms, listen to her story. All the holes in the bones, and somebody was doing weird stuff to her pelvic bones, and the doctors say it's impossible. It's not normal. However it happened, they have no clue. But when it comes to UFO stuff, when they took something out of her stomach, this is what I'm not going to go into her story. You need to listen to it from her. But I'll get her to tell a story again, too. But read her book. It's really cheap, and it's big letters, and it's not complicated. It's a short book to read on her UFO book. Her other books are pretty hardcore, but not based on. We have a short time to be on this planet. If you live to the max, which would be 125 years, may not seem like a long time, but it is if you're dealing with family and seeing your family die. So people that want to live longer are really in a bad space because they think planet Earth is important. Now, if you believe in a God, if you would realize why and how things are running on planet Earth if God cared about everybody. I'm not going to go into details, but I'll do a show on that maybe in the next couple of days. But why are you here? What is your real reason for being on planet? And what are you supposed to do? Why do you have to feel that you have to do something that what you came here for? Well, we all come here for the same exact thing. One thing only. Not becoming a doctor, lawyer, whatever. One thing only. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. But every single person that comes to planet Earth has to learn this one thing to really leave. When I mean that, not to reincarnate. Aliens are reincarnating into humans. They live roughly 150 years average. Some, I don't know all races, I know a few, but they only live 150 years, and that's a long time. But what happens when they die? They want to reincarnate into a person that has feelings and emotions and things like that, which they don't have. Aliens don't have feelings and emotions. Why they can tear a body apart and take things out, play with things, and all that kind of stuff. Never mind, eat them. Eat the rich, but also eat the poor. Eat everybody. All right, for aliens, they don't judge who they eat, and they might have a particular flavor in their mind, but I don't know with that. But we're in trouble every which way. If you have an idea, suggestions, something that we could do that would really work, all right? The soul is our soul. Aliens have a different soul than we do because they're not ready to move into a higher level. All right. But that's besides what we are. We can leave the body. We can just step out of it when we really want to. Which is not a bad idea, but you have to retain some inner knowledge to leave to go somewhere better. When you die, you just go to this highest realm or nothing like that. You go to the astral plane. If you don't become a spirit or ghost, you on this planet. But if you leave, you go to the astral plane. And you only get to stay there between 5 and 10 years before you're forced to reincarnate. At that point, you have no memory. So there's so much you need to learn before you do die so that you don't have to reincarnate again. But most people are attached to this world. I call them the 5 passions, which different people call it. The words that they use is lust, greed, anger, vanity, and attachment. I use sex, drugs, cheap thrills, sports, and I mean, there's drugs, drinking, and all those kind of things, but they will keep people here. But the worst one of them all is called attachment. Oh, I love my family. Realize, people, which most people will never realize. Christians will never realize it. A lot of the other religions will not realize that. You had multiple lives, which means you had multiple families. All right? And in each one of those families, you had children, you had everything. So when you died, did you want to go back to them? I mean, see, we forget because we don't know. So how do you remember something that you don't know? You don't. So you go on and on and on, creating this alternate reality which you're living in, which is not real. Well, it's real in the moment, but when you die, it's forgotten. Because you let go of that, and you're already moving on to a different one. And because you're not letting go of that one either, you're going to keep coming back here. So aliens are in a space where after a couple lifetimes of being where they are, they can reincarnate into a human body. All right. But again, it is a soul that has to decide to make a decision to move forward. And it just doesn't pop out of the air and say, oh, I want to be a super spiritual being. Very few people even know what the word spiritual means. And then bringing this all to God, what do you think God created Earth for? Why do you think it let one entity take control of this planet, which is Satan, the devil? I mean, call it what you want. It's real. And it does control this reality. And why do you think people stay here? It gives them what they want. It's not the evil thing that people think it is. Again, it gives you what you want. That's why you're here. Sex, drugs, drinking. But again, people, yeah, that's my problem with my hands. And I'm supposed to get 2 operations on both wrists sometime in the near future. But for me, I'm aware of everything for myself, where I'm going, what I'm going to do when I leave this world, and things like that. But it's important for other people to learn. Because when you leave here, where do you think you're going to go? What do you think you're going to do? Go to heaven and be with your family? They only get to stay there for a short period of time as well. They sure didn't learn anything. And I'm going to tell you something really bizarre, which I'm going to say it anyway. People that talk to their family, all right? Well, I'm talking to my grandfather, I'm talking to my uncle, I'm talking to my brother. Entities like to play games with people, all right? But you don't think your person that you're talking about needs to move on? Stick around you? Why? They can't help you. They really cannot help you, all right? Not to become spiritual, not to move on. Because they didn't. When you let go of the lower realm, which is Earth and the astral plane, you move on to a higher realm. So aliens are stuck in between here and the astral plane. So they don't get to go nowhere incredible. So in the astral plane, only the lower realm of the astral plane is a lot of fighting. But the place where most souls go on the astral plane is like a school, but it's not like you retain much of that knowledge when you come back. So what I'm going to say is it's time to move forward and not realize that everything here isn't much as important as we think it is. Your family, your pets, and things like that, yeah, you got to be happy and get the best you can with that. But when you die, if you think you're going to come back and help them in any way, better change your thinking. Because you're not. You're not going to be a guardian angel. You don't become an angel because you die. All right? And you probably never even met your own angel. Everybody has one, at least, usually 2. But if you never make connection with them, guess what? They're useless. You can't get your guidance from them. You can't get any direction from them. But now what Tina's going through is probably the worst that you can be going through here. Because they're not going to leave her alone. Spirit guide is another name for an angel. But they're not going to be let alone. Leave her alone. All right? They have her children on a ship. And she can communicate with them at some strange level. And they know that. So people, think about what's really going on that we don't really know or want to know. When we think Trump's a good person, good people don't hurt people for any reason. And I would even rearrange prisons. We don't have the right to kill a person. Nobody has the right to kill another person. But we don't have to take care of evil people. We don't have to feed them 3 meals a day and give them TV and sports and all that. I would put a massive killer, a massive murderer, rapist in a square box, 10 by 10, give them bread and water every day until they die. Well, no, it's not. You're feeding them. In the old days, people were lucky to get a piece of bread and things like that. Think about when the Egyptians, all the slaves that were building and what they ate, what they got to do. Nothing. You can go out and go to a movie. You can go running, swimming. You do a lot of things that no other races could do in ancient times. But again, you're not looking for the truth. Aliens are not good. Aliens will never help us in any good way. If you give somebody a bomb and say it's a good thing, it'll protect you, is that good or bad? Tesla said, I will give you inventions, but you will not use them wisely. And where did he get those inventions from? The race that he was dealing with. And I could tell you the most important UFO story, happened in New Jersey. It happened where Tesla was working with DuPont. But I'm not going to go into it. Not here, not now. But it is the most important. And it's what happened that created everything that's coming out that's bad right now. People, I'm going to end the show, but I hope you got something out of today. Uh, Tina is such a great person. Becoming famous, which is a good thing for her. People around the world are recognizing her and her story. When in the old days, they would just throw rocks at her. They wouldn't accept what she was saying. But she has more proof than any other abductee that I know about that was in the UFO world as well. I mean, yeah, many people had implants removed and things like that. She had that, but she had a video taken in a hospital of this giant black mass taken out of her body, and they won't release the video because it's too controversial. You know, the things that she had to go through. I know for the first couple of years, I didn't think she would make it. I never thought she'd last this long. Every symptom of radioactive poisoning she had, teeth falling out, hair falling out, fingernails falling out, she'd fall down, pass out, her body would turn black and blue. I mean, every aspect of it was beyond normal. Never mind what was going on inside her body. But I give her credit. She's a survivor. Not that she's getting help. And like she wants to try to get something through the government to work with people that have been abducted and can slightly or some form prove it. All right, people. You heard it here first. If you want questions, send them to hawksblood1aol.com. Yeah, I saw the Hershey monkey. All right. I was probably one of the few people that actually saw it. I don't know about anybody else. When I was with my ex-partner, I was chasing it and ran right into a tree. The tree was solid. There was no hole in the tree where it jumped into. But it was in Jersey. It escaped. But like I said, I'll probably be doing a show in a couple of days on spiritual truth because there's nothing more important in this world right now because there's 2,000 religions out there teaching you pray, be protected, and all that. Are you protected from Trump? Are you protected from the government? Are you protected from anything? A ship falling on your house? Well, on top of all that, go out tonight. If you can see the sky, you're going to see many shooting stars going across the sky. There's a shower coming over us. All right, people. Love, light, compassion, whatever you need in your life. Don't stop until you get it, but make sure it's the right thing you're looking for. In a relationship, remember, if you can't give 100% and they can't give 100%, it will never work. Make sure that's the numbers that you both agree on when you get together. 60-40 is the number of people accept, and that's not right. That means somebody always has to give in, and somebody's always taking advantage. 100% giving. Gizmo's doing good. He's laying right here. He always comes in when I do my show and lays down. But till next time, thanks everybody. Send this link to everybody you can. Put it out there. I know Musk doesn't care. Trump doesn't care. These people don't care. But things are going to change. And then suddenly everything's going to crash. All right, you heard it here first.